Part of the procedure of getting all the staff involved and making sure that they understand and buy in the program is also knowing, letting them know that they're responsible for like part of the cleanliness of the building or the cleanliness in the greenhouse. We grow without the use of pesticides here, so for years we've maintained a very clean growing area because we know that if we leave things laying around, we can harbor good bugs and bad bugs and all kinds of things, and so then we'd have to increase things to go on to the next thing. Whereas the employees have always known that, you know, if you find leaves on the floor, pick them up. But that's come across now with the food safety program is that, hey, did we clean the cart handles? Like, so it might not be particularly their job, but they'll notice that the cart handles are slightly, you know, they look dirtier than normal. Did we clean these? Like, and so someone will go to the checklist and say, oh, hey, we missed, or hey, we didn't do a very good job. So they'll go back and they take ownership of that because they know that that little piece does play a big role. So the little paperwork hanging on the wall and the check boxes and the signature on the bottom of the box gives them all complete ownership, and every one of our employees has some part on that paperwork. Like, so if a visitor comes and we're not here, they all know, go get the visitor sign-in sheet. Don't let them in the greenhouse. Don't let them touch any plants, right? So they know all the procedures, right? So, and without them being involved in it, they would go, oh, we better phone Tony and Karen. But we don't worry about it because we know that they've got the background, and we'll get the call when we need to get the call, and they'll take care of it when they know what they can do. To get the best benefit out of an audit that CanadaGAP comes and do is that you let the auditor do their job, and then you question. You question not only maybe the marks that you got that were good, but you question any of the marks that you want to see. Why did we lose this one, or why did we lose that one? Because some of the things is that we've done the audit ourselves. Phil Hunt's done the audit. Our employees have done the audit. And now we've asked someone that has absolutely no understanding of our business other than what tomatoes are and what the CanadaGAP program is to get tomatoes, come in and totally look at it from a totally different viewpoint. And so that viewpoint can help you pick out little things that everybody's overlooked, not just us or not just Phil or the employees, but everybody that's walked in here has missed that. But that person picked that out. So it's important to get that set of eyes. That's why it's also really nice to get a different auditor every time, because the auditor doesn't know when they come here. It's totally different. So we can take that audit and you can go through it, you can mull it over, and you can look at this, why did this 2 points go away, or why did we get this extra? I thought we were gonna lose here, right? And how come it was okay? Because we're over and above. We were pushing something that we thought was very important that obviously the auditor felt it wasn't as important as you did. You should have paid more attention to this. So those are the key points to getting that audit done.
An audit is a snapshot of where you are at that particular moment. And you have to understand, although we strive to be 100%, you're not usually quite there. And you just have to understand that there's always things to do, things that you have to be improving, and it just gives you an awareness of what's on the plate, what you're working towards. As I said before, it's not ever done. We're like, done the audit, done food safety, right? It's the next thing that you're working on, and what do we need to put in place going forward. If I were to wait until it was audit time and say, this is the paperwork, let's pound it out and get it through, not only is that not at all what you're supposed to do, because it's task by task. Some are daily, some are weekly, some are monthly, some are annually. It's not something you can do in a minute a day. It needs to be going all of the time. Personally, what's helped us is getting the staff more involved, so that, I guess it's called delegation, and having everyone involved, but everyone helping with it. Because it can be overwhelming, looking at the book and everything you have to do. And if you just keep at it, I try to tell myself the same thing about my book work, you just got to keep at it a little bit at a time, and making sure that you're current. Current with your food safety and current with your book work is going to do good things for your business.
So what we've done to make sure that things are done in order and in fashion is we created a food safety wall. And on that wall, we put all the clipboards of all the different paperwork that has to be accomplished. And one of the clipboards is completed forms. And from that, Phil Hunt will only remove the papers from the completed form pile. So therefore, if the completed form file isn't the largest one on the wall, we're not getting it done, right? So it's fairly easy because everybody has to walk through. Whenever they come into the old original greenhouse, they must walk by the wall. So when they walk by the wall and they notice that the completed forms file seems to be rather small compared to the forms files on all the other 8 or 9 clipboards, it's going to prompt people to go, what are we missing, right? So, and each one of the forms, the files and the clipboards has that particular file on it. So it's really easy to see that this is a monthly, this is a daily, this is a weekly, and it's signed off. So the sheets are signed there, and when the sheet is full, it moves over to the next one. And that even includes our visitor form, right, to fill it out. So it's just having something that you always look at. You can't go by it. I guess the big key to our wall is it is the only way into the original greenhouse. But also, for Karen and I, it passes a map of the Baja Peninsula in Mexico, to which we love to ride motorcycles. So in order for us to look at the map to where we want to go to next year, when our downtime is and the greenhouse is just idling, we have to go by our food safety program, and it reminds us that in order to get to the Baja, we must complete all the forms.
The biggest thing for us is remembering that food safety is every day. So we've been talking a lot about our staff and business and the Calgary Co-op and our consultant, getting right down to even getting your family involved. Like, don't forget that the kids, if you got kids running around your farm, your greenhouse, whatever, they have to know the rules, that they can't come from outside in the barn in those boots and be coming down here and what that means and what E. coli is. And so it's all the way down the chain. So getting everybody from the youngest child to the staff that's been here 10 years, all understanding food safety has been the biggest thing. And I guess the biggest thing in my head is it's never over. It's everybody's doing it all the time. It's not a thing to get through. It's the whole time.